Now you will see the strangest and most mysterious things and try to figure out what it is. Small metal hook-like object found in the basement near all the mechanical equipment. This was found in the basement near the water heater, central air, furnace, etc. The basement also houses holiday decorations and some old lesser-used furniture. Any ideas or tips would be helpful. Answer: a copper J-hook with notches for secure pipe fixation, placed under wooden paneling or a ceiling to suspend a water or gas line 4 to 6 centimeters from the surface. Small in-ground box in my yard. The lid says irrigation control valve, but we have an irrigation box in our garage as well, so I'm not sure if the lid is just a generic lid that doesn't necessarily confirm what this could be. Included some pictures of nearby boxes, as I'm not sure if they're relevant to helping figure it out. One box is for our electric, another says Bell South, and the third box I can't quite read due to being painted over. Answer: this is an irrigation control box, an underground valve assembly for an automatic irrigation system. The lid labeled irrigation control valve covers access to the solenoid valves that regulate the flow of water to different irrigation zones. Inside, you can see wires and control elements, as well as signs of corrosion and damage, indicating long-term use. The box is located near the house and the electricity meter, which is typical for systems connected to timers or controllers inside the building. Steel screw found on kitchen floor this evening. Wife had her kitchen aid out today, but I've checked over it and there don't seem to be any missing parts. The end appears to need an Allen key to screw it in. Approximately 25 millimeters, 1 inch long. Answer: this is a special screw with an internal hexagon, designed to fasten the movable handle or hinge of the toaster, sandwich grill oven. Its shape with a thickening and a built-in washer ensures a precise fit in the hole, preventing the handle from wobbling. This screw can withstand high temperatures and repeated opening and closing of the lid. Without it, the device loses its strength at the point of rotation, and the top of the toaster may stop closing or locking properly. While changing our mailbox, we found this roughly 8 inches underground. Does anyone have any clue what it might be? It's metal, unsure how large it is, and has a chain attached. Answer: this is a concrete anchor with a built-in chain, most likely the base of an old rural postbox. These postboxes were installed on a long beam across a ditch near the road, allowing the postman to deliver letters without leaving his car. The chain was used as a securing mechanism or a limit to the movement of the beam. Although the road has changed, the remnants of the past remain, a hidden ghost of the old infrastructure. Heavy silver metal thing, makes constant clicking sound. Has a keyhole on the side. NYC. All of my neighbors noticed it because of the constant clicking sound, almost like a timer. But no one knows what it is. Answer: this is a motorcycle anti-theft lock that is installed on the brake disc. It blocks the movement of the wheel, preventing theft attempts. An additional built-in siren activates when the lock is vibrated or tampered with, deterring potential thieves. The lock is compact, chrome-plated, and commonly used in urban environments by scooter and motorcycle owners. It is easy to install by placing the lock in the brake disc hole and turning the key. It provides a reliable physical and acoustic security measure. Made of cast metal, no markings, rolling cylinders are sharp. Found with a bunch of old kitchen things. I'm thinking it may be a pasta cutter for very thin long strand pasta. What is this thing? Answer: this is a manual tobacco shredder, a device designed for finely cutting tobacco leaves. It consists of 2 sharp, serrated cylinders, through which the tobacco is passed. By rotating the handle, the leaves are cut into even strips about 8 millimeters wide. These shredders are used by those who prefer to prepare their own tobacco blends for rolling papers or pipes, as it is cheaper, more natural, and allows for greater control over the composition of the smoking mixture. Plate with inverted T-shape opening, set into the wall behind the desk in my hotel suite in France. The text underneath says, Lagrand. Euro coin for scale. There are plug points in the wall further along, but a good meter away. It almost looks like the sort of thing that you slide a security chain into, but it's nowhere near the door or windows. Looking into THR opening side on pick 3, I can see some metal teeth or something. I am British and travel fairly extensively, particularly on the continent, but I don't think I've ever seen one of these before. What is this thing? Answer: This is an RJ11 wall phone socket from the Legrand manufacturer. Behind its modest appearance lies a connection to a bygone era of communication, when the internet was accessed through telephone lines and every call was a significant event. The vertical socket with its distinctive notch serves as a receptacle for the RJ11 connector, which was used to connect landline phones, modems, and fax machines. Today, these sockets can be found in hotels, offices, and older apartments, serving as a silent reminder of a time when a wire was the only link connecting us to the outside world. Small glass pitcher with an even smaller removable inner glass cup that has a metal chamber containing a metal ball. Not a French press. Has a switch by its handle that seems magnetic. No visible electrical components. Came with instructions that don't describe its purpose. Switch isn't connected to anything other than just loosely being contained in its chamber. Maybe 7 to 8 inches tall. It has a silicone nozzle that I guess I'm supposed to remove, but the thing isn't mine and I didn't want to mess with it too much. The owner doesn't know what it is either. Answer: this is a modern glass teapot with an original design. It has a small metal sieve inside for brewing loose tea, and the body is made of heat-resistant glass with a wooden handle. The lid fits tightly and has a stylish insert. This teapot not only brews tea, but also adds an aesthetic touch to the tea drinking experience. Inherited this thing with a property. It's about a foot in height and presses downwards with some pressure. Previous owner worked with vinyl records. What is this thing? Answer: this is a professional vegetable cutter, a wall-mounted mechanical slicer that is most commonly used for cutting French fries. It works simply by placing the vegetable on the grate and pressing a lever, which activates the sharp blades that effortlessly transform the vegetable into neat strips. With its removable attachments, you can choose from various cutting shapes, such as cubes, slices, or dices. This device is commonly found in fast food establishments, restaurants, and culinary settings where quick and uniform cutting of large quantities of vegetables is required. The device is reliable, powerful, and designed for intensive use. Metal sphere found floating in ocean on SE Alaskan coast. Metal sphere approximately 16 foot in diameter, found drifting off of Chichagof Island. Hollow but heavily weighted towards the bottom, with 6 weld points likely attaching the interior weight. Despite the weight, the sphere floats very high on the water. Lots of hardball buoys are found in the area, but this has no attachment points, and the only metal buoys found out here are aluminum. Stainless steel seems too expensive to use for floats. Other idea being a hydrazine fuel cell, but there are no fittings of any kind on the object. Completely smooth surface other than the weld around the middle and the spot welds on the underside. Answer: this is an aluminum floating float flap from the ventilation goose outlet, gooseneck vent, of a marine vessel. Its task is to automatically close the duct when water enters. When a wave floods the vent, the balloon floats up and blocks the passage, preventing flooding of the inner compartment. As soon as the water leaves, the balloon descends, reopening the ventilation. A simple but vital system to protect the vessel from water intrusion through ventilation shafts. Found this in a house I moved into. Block in the lower half is some type of metal. Clamshell case flocked in red. What is this thing? Answer: this is an old-fashioned pocket hand warmer that was popular in the early 20th century. It consists of a metal rod filled with charcoal or a catalyst, often a palladium alloy, and the case is lined with felt or fur to retain heat. The device was ignited or activated chemically and placed in a pocket, where it slowly released heat over several hours. It was a simple and durable way to stay warm during harsh winters without the need for batteries or electricity. Is this small plastic object part of my dishwasher? I found this in my GE dishwasher's filter while cleaning it out after moving into my new rental house. It's about 1 inch in diameter and clearly got melted by the heating element. Is it a piece of the dishwasher and is it essential for its function? I tried looking up the serial number on the part, but nothing came up. Answer: the photo shows a plastic roller, which is the lower wheel of the GE dishwasher basket. It is inserted into the lower tier guide, ensuring smooth sliding of the basket. These rollers often fail due to high temperatures, grease, and chemicals, but they are easy to replace as they simply snap into place. What's the purpose of this band-like tag on the headlight of what looks like a very new car? Seen in the US. What is the purpose of this tag? Looks like a stick-on tag with strip for possibly scanning. Seen on the headlight of a Porsche Cayenne SUV parked in the neighborhood. Only on the front driver headlight. Photo is edited to remove my reflection and a long number seen on the tag. Answer: the photo shows an RFID tag placed inside the headlight. This is a miniature radio frequency sticker that is used to identify a vehicle. These tags are often installed by car dealerships for the purpose of accounting and tracking cars in parking lots, warehouses, and for security purposes. In addition, RFID can serve as a pass for automatic gates, be used in contactless payment on toll roads or when entering car washes. It cannot be seen from the outside until you look inside, and it is this that makes it an invisible but effective part of the digital infrastructure of the car. Weird plastic bell-shaped device powered by 2C batteries. Blinks a red LED when turned on. Above the red LED appears to be a small PIR sensor. Is it a bogus motion sensor? Seems to have been left by the previous homeowners of where my dad lives. The place does have a security system, but I highly doubt this connects to it. Answer: this is a virtual wall for a robot vacuum cleaner, such as the iRobot Roomba models. The device creates an invisible infrared barrier that the robot perceives as an obstacle. This is useful for limiting the robot's movement, such as preventing it from entering a child's room, approaching an animal's food bowl, or entering an open door. The setup is simple: place the tower on the floor, turn it on, and the robot will obediently navigate around it as if it were a real wall. On the outside, it looks like anything, but inside, it has smart electronics that make cleaning more controlled. Metal ring with removable plate and wooden handle. Only identifying marking is Canada stamped in the bottom plate. Can for scale. Answer: the photo shows a rare kitchen tool from the mid-20th century, the Anrock meatball mold. It was used to quickly and evenly shape hamburger patties. The metal part served as a mold, while the wooden handle provided a comfortable grip. The precise depth of the ring ensured that each patty was the same thickness, perfect for even grilling. This device was particularly popular in American households during the 1950s, when hamburgers became a symbol of home comfort and backyard weekends. Odd tool has hard red plastic handle with metal insert. Metal rod with flat end. 4.5 foot long, 0.75 wide. The metal between the plastic and the flat tip is rough. I call it diamond dust like a fingernail file. What is this thing? Answer: the photo shows the Draper Redline 67655 universal screwdriver with insulation removal function. This is not just a screwdriver, it has a built-in hole with sharp edges in the handle. The wire is inserted into the hole, rotated, and the insulation is carefully cut without damaging the copper wire. This tool is particularly useful for electricians and home enthusiasts, as it combines the functions of a screwdriver and an insulation remover. It is a simple yet innovative solution for quick and safe wire handling. T-post but a different end? Soil sampler? Part of bike pump? 1.5 foot. I am cataloging remnants of a storage hut/shack fire. Google image search is giving me multiple options of what this could be. As listed in the title. I'm unsure if the metal pipe on the left is separate or part of the T-shaped tool. Any help would be appreciated. Answer: the photo shows an old hand-cranked bicycle pump without a hose. Its design is simple: a piston with a handle moves up and down inside a metal cylinder, creating air pressure. The missing hose is usually attached to the fitting and connected to the tire's nipple. This is a classic of garage equipment. Once upon a time, these pumps were found in every backyard, and the sound of pumping was a constant backdrop of childhood with bicycles and balls. Although they are becoming less common, they still work for decades. Pendant type of thing on a badge. Hi, recently acquired this as a family heirloom, but so far I haven't been able to identify what it is apart from being cool. It is 13 centimeters length and 1.5 cm diameter and looks to me like brass. It is on a chain with a badge, but I am curious to what this metal thing is. I have no idea what is it for unless it's just for decoration. But it really fascinates me. Any help very welcome. Answer: the photo shows a brass quill, an army symbol of the end of service in the French army. In military jargon, this word refers to the last day of service. Traditionally, soldiers made or received these pins as a sign of demobilization. This particular example, adorned with the coat of arms of the 3rd Engineer Regiment, served as a commemorative souvenir symbolizing the end of military life and the transition to civilian life. Metal tool found at a shooting range in Utah. My dad went to test his old .22 LR at a shooting range, and found this. Obviously some wrench of some type. Inner cylinder has some slot. Not more than an inch tall, and 4 inches long. Answer: the photo shows a special key for removing number 11 caps from muzzle loading weapons, known as the Lyman nipple wrench. This is a tool for servicing black powder rifles and revolvers that use ignition caps. The small handle and cylindrical head with a cutout allow for careful removal or installation of the nipple cap nozzle without damage. It is a simple yet essential tool for hunters and shooters who use traditional weapons. Made of metal, has electrical cord coming out, looked like some sort of light? Answer: the photo shows the Soviet UPA-5M photo enlarger, which is designed for developing and printing photographs from large format negatives. This bulky but highly accurate optical device was used in military intelligence, aerial photography, and scientific photography. The top part is a powerful illuminator, and the inside contains a lamp and a filter system. The light passes through the negative, and the lens projects the image onto the photo paper. The UPA-5M is notable for its ability to work with frames up to 18 by 24 centimeters and provide high-resolution scaling. This is not just a laboratory device, but a true monster of analog photographic equipment. What are these tools? 2 wooden blocks with metal loop and a wing nut type thing, a wooden handle with metal screw tip and interchangeable bits in the butt, a wooden handle with metal rod ending in a square taper, and 4 small bits that seem like screwdrivers or wrenches or points. Found these in an old garage. I could guess what a couple do, but I'd like help with the names of the tools. It's the 4 big tools that I'd really like help with. Answer: the photo shows a set of antique carpentry and locksmith tools. The 2 wooden tools on the right are marking planes for drawing parallel lines. Next is an awl and a handheld drill with a wooden handle, which were used before the advent of electric drills. The hex key and the 2-slot key are specialized wrench and watch tools. The metal loop on top is an antique soldering holder or fastening handle. All of these items were handmade and served as precise tools for craftsmen in the pre-industrial era. Plastic base with metal cylinder that looks covered in melted yellow plastic. Found behind a heater, one end seems to say light other end, and the other does seem to have been lit at one point. About the weight of a standard AA battery but doesn't seem electronic, no scent and makes no sound. What is this thing? Answer: the photo shows professional Regan Fumax smoke pellets, which are used for testing ventilation, chimneys, and duct leaks. When ignited, each pellet produces a dense white smoke that can cover up to 5 cubic meters, or up to 15 cubic meters in the king-size version, and burns for an average of about a minute. These pellets are safe, non-staining, and easy to use. They can be placed in a metal tray or on a non-flammable surface, where they will burn completely. They are widely used by engineers, plumbers, and ventilation specialists to check drafts, leaks, and airflow. I tried very hard. Please subscribe.